Hello everyone and welcome to the Air Goddess Network. I am the Air Goddess and welcome to my channel. So happy you could join me today. I am pulling for the week of April 24th to April 30th, 2022. Hope you all had a great weekend. And let's get started. I'll be using my Tarot of Dreams from Ciro Marchetti for our energy. And then the Energy Oracle deck to see how it ties in will be from Sandra and Taylor's Energy Oracle deck right there. So like I said, I hope you all had a great weekend and that you're feeling well and that you're looking forward to the new possibilities that may come your way for the week ahead. So let's get into it, y'all. Let's see what we have to work with this week. The first card we have is the Seven of Swords. That is Aquarius, Libra, and Gemini energy. That is communicating in all forms, but mostly thinking, but it could be speaking, writing, anything like that. So let's get our next card. And we have our next card, which is the Two of Pentacles or the Two of Coins in this deck. This is Earth energy. This is Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo energy. This is, like I said, Earth energy. So let's see what we have to talk about here. Okay, so like I said, we have our Seven of Swords. And this is it's one of two things. Either someone's trying to get away with something, walk off. As you can see, he's looking back to see if he can get away with what he has in his bag. Or it could be that you are dealing with a dilemma that you may have to think outside of the box to see if you can find a different way to solve an issue. So you may be dealing with an issue this week, or a situation or a person or a place or a thing that may cause you to have to think outside of the box in order for it to get resolved. You may not be able to rely on what you normally do in order to get through something that is perplexing to you. Now, on the other side of that, this could be, like I said, someone who may be trying to pull the wool over your eyes, as it were, telling you one thing and then walking off and doing another. So it could be you, it could be someone around you that could be, paying you lip service, as it were, but and then doing something else. So just be careful of that energy this week as you move forward in whatever that you're planning to do. Make sure that you're clear on your actions and what you're saying so that people aren't confused with what you're saying as well, or what you're doing. Because sometimes we may feel that we may not be clear about what we're saying, or the persons around us may think we're not being clear. So just go back and clarify things that you feel that you haven't been true, not necessarily true, but just make sure that you're clear on what you're saying, because we all have our own perceptions, and sometimes we have to go back just to make sure that our team members, our family members, our friends, our co-workers, or anybody that we're dealing with, that we're trying to get through a situation, make sure we have the best outcome, that everybody is clear about what's going on, who's doing what, where things are going, and things of that nature. So it's not necessarily that someone could be being deceitful. It's just that maybe they're not being clear. Some of us may have placements where our communication may be retrograde. So just take the time to really make sure that everything is clear. Like I said, it could be you, it could be someone around you, it could be a business dealing, it could be something that you're dealing with as far as just making sure things are where they need to be, as they need to be. And if you're dealing with an issue or a situation that you would normally deal with a certain way, then you may need to, because of other extenuating circumstances, you may find yourself having to do something unconventional in order to get it done. So be on the lookout for that this week. Now, the secondary card, we have the Two of Coins. This is a Pentacles. This is Earth energy, like I said, Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo. And this is someone who's maybe trying to budget themselves, make sure that they're balanced in their budget, make sure that they're balanced in their decisions about how they're going to spend their money, or spend their time or their energy or anything like that that becomes something that turns out to be physical. So if it's physical things that you're doing this week, make sure that you balance yourself out and don't peter yourself out or tire yourself out by doing too much. Do a little bit and then take a rest if it's something physical that you're doing. If it has to do with your finances, just make sure that you're not overspending or underspending, because sometimes we may find ourselves that if we're in the middle of something that we may have to spend more than what we bargained for, or we find that we didn't spend enough to get something done. So just try to find the balance, try and find the best way to make sure that when you walk away that everything is balanced as much as you can. You may be finding yourself looking for a secondary job that will bring more balance within your finances as well. So for those of you out there who are looking for a secondary job, you may end up getting that job and find that you'll be more balanced and be able to do the things that you want and need to do without having so much stress on your pocketbook, as it were. Okay. If you find yourself going one way, then just bring yourself back to the center. If you find yourself going the opposite way, then again, find yourself back at the center as much as you can. So there's that. So let's see what the bottom of the deck has to say. And we have looks like the Six of Swords. Oop, it just fell. But yeah, it looks like we have the Six of Swords here. Let me get that. So we have the Six of Swords, like I said. There it is. Sorry about that, guys. Slippery fingers. But we have the Six of Swords. And the Six of Swords is usually after everything is said and done and you find yourself out of the proverbial storm that you may have found yourself in right here. The storm of making sure that things are clear. Okay, clearing communication, that everybody's on the same page, that you're thinking outside the box, solving issues unconventionally if you have to, and finding yourself balanced in that. You see the sun right there. They're balanced and they're okay and they have abundance. Everything is good. Once you find yourself coming out of that storm, and that storm, you may have had to leave because maybe you didn't want to, but you find yourself in the position where you kind of had to get yourself together and move on. But at the end of the day, moving on, it's like saying, you know what, I had to leave that behind. And I may feel a little bit sad about it, but at the end of the day, I'm going forward to something that's better for me. And it's a new adventure, and I'm out of that storm that was so chaotic and had me thinking, going through loopholes, as it were. And sometimes loopholes can make us feel a bit out of balance, or having to do something that we're not used to doing. But at the end of the day, you're going towards something that's better for you. Okay. So don't look at it as, oh my gosh, I'm leaving something and I'm not sure about it. When we start a new journey, we're never quite sure about it, right? We start our new journey and we just don't know. We could be excited, we could be sad, we could be upset, we could be happy and jovial, but at the end of the day, we really don't know what's going to occur. But we know we do have the optimism to look forward to it in the end, that you left something that you may not have wanted to leave, but it was time to leave, and now you have a new way of thinking, a new way of, you get that burden off and think new thoughts, new beginning, new ideas, fresh ideas. Leave that thought where it was and go on to something new and fresh and wonderful that you can build upon and make a new set of a new way of thinking about a perspective of any kind. You may even go back and think this was something that grew you, thinking outside of the box, because like I said, sometimes we don't think that we need to think out of the box. We get used to our routines, used to how we think and things of that nature. And sometimes when you get so used to how you think, it could bring you out of balance, right? Because maybe you're not seeing other perspectives and you're being stubborn. Okay. So try to find balance in those things. And when you do that, you can have fresh new thoughts. Okay. So let's see what our oracle has to say about this. And we've got patience. Okay, we've got the patience card right here. So let's see what patience has to say. Patience. Peaceful presence, letting go of desperation. So it says, this card shows a beautiful angel holding a clock in the stillness of winter. Her quiet, peaceful energy is telling you that it's time to release the old urgency and to look at things with a much clearer perspective. When this card is upright, it's telling you to relax and let go of the single-minded desperation that's been driving you. Don't try to force your will on only one option. When you think there's only one solution to satisfy your need or to make you happy, you are blocking many other potential solutions from coming your way. Let go of the anxiety and be flexible. Be patient, open, and creative. Choose to be peaceful in the present. The universe has more options than you may be aware of. Quiet your mind, broaden your perspective, and let them come through. So this card lines perfectly. It lines up perfectly with this reading. When you find yourself coming out of a storm of any kind, sometimes you may find yourself thinking out of the box. Also, making sure that you're clear in your thinking. And when you're clear in your thinking, you can find balance and ground yourself, right? And when you ground yourself and find balance and you're doing what it is to solve your issues, you can leave that cloudy storm behind and find fresh new ideas. Patience is the key. Be patient with yourself. Be patient with the issue. Be patient with the situation. Be patient with the person. Allow that person, place, thing, or situation to open you up to new opportunities, because it's an opportunity to grow mentally, physically, spiritually. It's just an opportunity to grow. Don't look at it as some sort of disappointment or you've got to have it this way because, oh my gosh, no. Maybe it won't be that way. You have to look at other perspectives, because when you have a new perspective, then maybe you would think, oh, well, maybe that other way may not have been the actual right way or the best way at this particular time. So be patient, okay? Be patient with yourself first and foremost. And when you can be patient with yourself, then you can be patient with anything and anyone else as well. Because we have to remember that we all have our own perspective and none of them are wrong, because we are filtering our own ideas through our own experiences that we've had up to this point. So be patient, and let it come through. It could be a person that can come through at the right moment that you weren't even expecting. And that person, that situation, that thing could be the thing that actually boosts you and gets you to where you need to be. So I hope this resonated with you all. Please let me know down in the comments if it did. I hope you have a great week this week, and I look forward to seeing you next week. You all have a great week, okay? Thank you for watching.